Allen Iverson's journey to NBA stardom was anything but conventional. Born in Hampton, Virginia, in 1975, he grew up in a challenging environment, surrounded by poverty and adversity. Despite these obstacles, Iverson's athletic talent shone brightly from a young age. In high school, he excelled not only in basketball, but also in football, earning national recognition as one of the top prospects in both sports. For many, choosing one path would have been daunting, but for Iverson, destiny was clear. His path to greatness was nearly derailed by a controversial legal incident in 1993, when he was convicted in a highly publicized bowling alley brawl. The conviction, seen by many as racially charged, led to a 5-year prison sentence, of which he served 4 months before being granted clemency. This period marked a turning point in his life, fueling his drive to prove himself and escape the circumstances that sought to define him. After his release, Georgetown University coach John Thompson offered Iverson a lifeline, a scholarship and a chance to play basketball at one of the nation's premier programs. Iverson seized the opportunity, dominating college basketball and earning 2 Big East Defensive Player of the Year awards before declaring for the NBA draft in 1996. Selected as the first overall pick by the Philadelphia 76ers, Iverson immediately made his presence felt in the league. Despite standing at just 6 feet tall, he quickly became known for his fearless drives to the basket, electrifying crossovers, and unshakable confidence. His rookie season was a glimpse of the star he was destined to become, laying the groundwork for an illustrious career. Allen Iverson's playing style was a spectacle of speed, skill, and sheer determination. At just 6 feet tall and weighing around 165 pounds, he was often the smallest player on the court, yet his impact was anything but small. His unique combination of quickness, agility, and basketball IQ allowed him to carve through defenses and dominate in ways rarely seen before or since. One of Iverson's defining skills was his iconic crossover. It wasn't just a move, it was a weapon. Opposing defenders dreaded being left flat-footed as Iverson effortlessly switched direction, creating space for his deadly mid-range jumper. The most famous victim of this move? None other than Michael Jordan. In his rookie season, Iverson stunned the world by crossing over the GOAT himself, a moment that symbolized his fearlessness and announced his arrival on the NBA stage. Iverson's scoring ability was equally remarkable. He was a 4-time scoring champion, leading the league in points per game despite his diminutive stature. His fearless drives to the rim often resulted in contact with much larger defenders, yet he thrived in the paint. Iverson had an uncanny ability to absorb contact and still finish plays, a testament to his toughness and skill. Beyond his offensive prowess, Iverson's stamina was legendary. He consistently led the league in minutes played, a reflection of his importance to his team and his relentless style of play. On defense, he was no slouch either, using his quick hands to average 2.2 steals per game over his career, earning him 3 steals titles. But what truly set Iverson apart was his resilience. Every time he stepped on the court, he carried the weight of doubters who questioned whether someone of his size could thrive in a league dominated by giants. Night after night, he proved them wrong, redefining what it meant to be a small guard in the NBA. Iverson wasn't just a great player. He was a trailblazer who shattered expectations and inspired a generation to believe that skill and determination could outweigh physical limitations. Allen Iverson wasn't just a basketball player. He was a cultural phenomenon who reshaped the intersection of sports, music, and fashion. His influence extended far beyond the hardwood, impacting the way players expressed themselves and the way fans connected to the game. For many, Iverson was a symbol of authenticity, individuality, and defiance of convention. One of his most lasting contributions was his embrace of hip-hop culture. From the way he dressed to the way he carried himself, Iverson embodied the spirit of the genre. unapologetically bringing it into the NBA. His cornrows, tattoos, and oversized jerseys were not just personal choices. They were statements of identity in a league that had long been steeped in tradition. Iverson's style resonated deeply with younger fans and players who saw themselves in him, making him a bridge between basketball and the burgeoning hip-hop movement of the late 1990s and early 2000s. This cultural shift wasn't without controversy. In 2005, the NBA introduced a dress code largely seen as a response to Iverson's influence. The move was criticized by many as an attempt to sanitize the league's image, disconnecting it from the urban culture Iverson represented. Still, his impact couldn't be erased. Players today, from LeBron James to Ja Morant, continue to draw inspiration from Iverson's fearless expression of self. Iverson's authenticity wasn't limited to his appearance. On the court, he played with a raw emotion that captivated audiences. And off the court, he spoke openly about his struggles and his journey. He connected with fans not as a distant superstar, but as someone who overcame the odds, a relatable figure who wasn't afraid to show vulnerability. Allen Iverson's cultural legacy is one of empowerment. He redefined what it meant to be a professional athlete, proving that you could be successful without compromising your identity. To this day, he remains an icon of individuality and resilience, his influence woven into the fabric of both the NBA and popular culture. Allen Iverson's career was marked by unforgettable moments that showcased his extraordinary talent and indomitable spirit. These highlights not only defined his legacy, but also left an indelible mark on the history of the NBA. One of the most iconic moments of Iverson's career came during the 2001 NBA Finals against the Los Angeles Lakers. Facing a heavily favored opponent, Iverson carried the Philadelphia 76ers on his back. In Game 1, he delivered a masterclass, scoring 48 points in a stunning overtime victory. The defining moment of the game, and arguably his career, came when Iverson crossed Tyronn Lue, sank a mid-range jumper, and stepped over him in a display of sheer dominance and swagger. Though the 76ers ultimately lost the series, Iverson's performance was a testament to his ability to shine on the biggest stage. Another pivotal moment was his famous practice press conference in 2002. Misunderstood by many as a dismissal of hard work, the speech highlighted the immense pressure Iverson faced both personally and professionally. Behind the humor and repetition was a man grappling with the demands of being a superstar and mourning the loss of a close friend. This moment humanized Iverson, revealing his vulnerabilities and further solidifying his connection with fans. Iverson also made history during the 2005 season when he dropped a career-high 60 points against the Orlando Magic. In a dazzling display of scoring, he dominated from start to finish, showcasing his ability to take over a game single-handedly. This performance remains one of the most memorable scoring feats in NBA history. Each of these moments, from the finals heroics to his record-setting games, painted a picture of a player who thrived under pressure and never backed down. They are the snapshots of a career that continues to inspire basketball fans around the world. Despite his brilliance on the court, Allen Iverson's career was not without its share of criticisms and limitations. For all his talent and cultural impact, his journey in the NBA faced challenges that often sparked debate among fans and analysts alike. One of the most frequent critiques was Iverson's inability to secure an NBA championship. While his individual accomplishments were undeniable, skeptics argued that his playing style, focused heavily on scoring and isolation plays, didn't translate well to team success. His lone trip to the NBA Finals in 2001 ended in defeat, largely because the 76ers lacked the depth to compete against the powerhouse Los Angeles Lakers. Critics questioned whether Iverson could have adapted his game to fit within a more team-oriented system. Another point of contention was his reputation for being difficult to coach. Iverson's fiercely independent personality sometimes clashed with coaches and management, leading to perceptions that he resisted authority. The infamous practice press conference, while widely misunderstood, became a symbol for those who believed Iverson prioritized personal accolades over preparation. Off the court, his life was marred by financial troubles and legal disputes, which detracted from his legacy in the eyes of some. These issues often overshadowed his achievements, painting a picture of a player who struggled to navigate the demands of superstardom. However, many of these criticisms fail to consider the context of Iverson's circumstances. His relentless playing style often came from necessity. He carried teams with limited talent and faced defenses designed to stop him. Moreover, his clashes with authority were often rooted in his desire to remain authentic, a quality that endeared him to fans even as it sparked tension with the NBA establishment. While these limitations add complexity to his legacy, they also highlight the human side of Iverson, a man who, despite his flaws, left an enduring mark on the game and its culture. Allen Iverson's legacy is as dynamic and enduring as his playing style. Though he last played in the NBA over a decade ago, his influence remains palpable in the modern game and among fans who grew up idolizing him. His impact extends far beyond statistics and awards. It's about the cultural and personal shifts he inspired. One of Iverson's most significant contributions was paving the way for smaller guards to dominate in a league traditionally dominated by taller players. His fearless approach demonstrated that skill, heart, and determination could level the playing field. Players like Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving, and Damian Lillard have often cited Iverson as a key influence, modeling parts of their game after his relentless scoring ability and creativity on the court. Iverson's induction into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2016 was a crowning moment that cemented his place among the all-time greats. During his emotional acceptance speech, he thanked the fans, coaches, and teammates who stood by him, while also acknowledging the barriers he overcame. His raw honesty and humility in that moment reflected the qualities that made him so beloved. Off the court, Iverson's influence can still be seen in the fusion of basketball and hip-hop culture. From the way players dress to how they express themselves, his legacy of authenticity and individuality resonates with a new generation. The tattoos, hairstyles, and swagger that were once controversial have now become an accepted part of the NBA's identity, a direct result of Iverson's impact. Perhaps the most enduring aspect of Iverson's legacy is the inspiration he provides to those facing their own challenges. His story, rising from adversity, staying true to himself, and achieving greatness against the odds, remains a powerful reminder that determination and authenticity can overcome even the greatest obstacles. Allen Iverson may no longer lace up his sneakers, but his spirit, style, and story continue to define the essence of basketball and beyond. Allen Iverson's journey from a young boy in Hampton, Virginia, to a global icon is a story of resilience, individuality, and unmatched talent. On the court, he was a relentless competitor who played with heart, redefining what was possible for a player of his size. Off the court, he broke barriers, challenged conventions, and became a cultural pioneer who inspired millions to embrace their authentic selves. As we reflect on Iverson's impact, one thing is clear. He wasn't just a basketball player. He was a movement. His legacy is a testament to the power of staying true to one's identity, no matter the challenges. Now it's your turn. What's your favorite Allen Iverson moment? Do you think he's the most influential guard in NBA history? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more deep dives into basketball legends.